Hi there, James McNamara with you. This afternoon I'm going to look at packing more profit into your business. So I want to look at the profit improvement formula for small business and give you some hints and tips on what are the most important areas to focus your efforts on when it comes to business growth and profit improvement. The truth is there's so many things out there to do, and every which way you turn as a business owner, you've been told to or advised to or recommended to do this strategy, that strategy or the other strategy. The reality is there's too many strategies to do all of them. You're only one person. You can't do everything. So it really is important to be wise with your choices of where you're going to use your time, your mental energy, your financial resources in terms of your business growth strategies. So today I'm going to help you with a handful of areas that matter most to be able to focus your efforts on for business growth. I'm going to spend the second half of the presentation talking about how you can use presenting, so live to groups in a physical format or virtually online like I'm doing now, how you can use presenting to impact on those important growth areas of your business. I think you'll find that really fascinating. Okay, let's get underway. So first thing, your profit improvement strategy. So let's have a look at Bill's local business and a little process I call the Profit Multiplier, and this will help you to understand where do you need to focus your efforts most. So let's say Bill gets 40 leads, call this a month. Sales conversion is 40%. You multiply those two together and that's 16 customers. The average spend is $600, so some will spend more, some will spend less, but the average $600. The repeat, so 10% of them will come back again and buy in that same time period. Multiply all of those together and that gives you the revenue from new customers. Margin 15%, that gives you $5,200 in profit. Now you might say, oh, that's not enough. Well, okay, or my business is bigger than that. Great, we'll dial the numbers up to be representative of where your business is and do the formula. Yeah. Now, the bits in red that I've highlighted, that's what everyone wants more of. I don't know that many business owners that don't want more customers or more revenue or more profit. But the bits in black are the things you actually work on to get there. Right? They are 5 very important areas for you to allocate your time, effort, energy and dollar resources for improvement. If you think about it now, most of what you recommended is actually in the lead generation space, isn't it? Now that's the most costly of all, because lead generation tends to have an advertising expense associated with it. There are some strategies that aren't costly, and I'll show you some of those today, but quite often lead generation strategies are costly. So I want you to really start thinking about how can you have a balanced approach to the profit improvement in your business. And if you haven't done anything to really closely look at your sales conversion and got an accurate measure on what really is your sales conversion, because that's one of the quickest ways to bottom line profit increase in your business is sales conversion. It costs you nothing to do, right? It's a skill and process improvement. But there's no more money going out the door in order to make that improvement. Let's just say that we work with Bill and we created a 20% improvement across each of those 5 areas. Now that might take you 12 months to do that. You might work on an area for 2 months to create improvement and systemize it and bed it down and then move and start working on the next area of business and so on and so forth. It doesn't matter how long it takes. But let's just pick a 20% improvement. Now, there are a number of businesses who could get a 30 or 40% improvement or 100% improvement in some areas. But let's be gentle and just say a 20% improvement. Let's rerun the numbers. That takes it to 48 leads, 48% conversion, multiplied together gives you 23 customers up from 16. Average spend $720, repeat business at 12%. That gets you revenue at 18.5, up from 10.5. Margins up to 60%, new profit is 11,144. Now, don't worry so much about these bottom line numbers because they may or may not attract you or interest you. This is the one that you want to be interested in. 111% profit improvement. So would you in your business like to have a 111% improvement in bottom line profit? And the pure mathematics just says that a 20% improvement in each of these areas will do that for you. You'll have to carefully select strategies for your business. I've got loads and loads of them. I've published booklets on them. So there's plenty of strategies you can do. The good news is a lot of them are practical, doable, easily implementable for a small business. You don't have to have deep pockets, massive resources, or huge levels of expertise inside the business. You can strategize, zero in on an area, pick a couple of strategies and go to town and create the improvement. Now, one of the strategies I specifically wanted to talk to you about that can impact on all of these areas is speaking and presenting, right? So let me take you to that. Taking speaking and presenting from a novelty to a central pillar of your small business marketing system. Now, I said it that way because quite often business owners can have the opportunity to speak at a networking event or to go live on Facebook or have an interview done or something like that. And it's a bit of a novelty, isn't it? Well, I want you to think beyond that. I want you to think, how could I make that a systematic part of my regular business marketing system? Why would you want to do that? Well, it doesn't cost you anything and it's very, very leveraged. If you're a bit worried about the nerves and you think, oh, I don't like being in front of people, well, welcome to the human race. Speaking in front of people is a nerve-wracking thing, and I'm not going to deny that. But I've taught so many people to get to a point where they are in control of the nerves rather than the nerves being in control of them. And when you're at that point, a whole world of opportunities opens up for you. So don't think about, oh, you have to love being a speaker or a presenter. I think you just need to love bottom line profit. And let's work on strategies that are going to get you there more quickly with less hassle. So there's that equation again. Let me show you how speaking and presenting impacts on that. So the leads, it's a one-to-many strategy. So there'll be many people at the end of internet connections around Australia and around the world watching this presentation. When I do this sort of presentation live, there's a lot of people watching the presentation at once. So there's leverage to the marketing. Sales conversion, well, I'm going to talk about that in this video actually. Converting sales is a process of leadership, right? And that's when you lead the prospect from where they are right now, which is a place with a problem or an unmet need, and you lead them through to the place where their problem is fixed, ultimately using your product or service. You'll have a very positive impact on your conversion rate. These two here, sorry, I'll just put them up one at a time. The average spend and the repeat business, they are impacted by the fact that you've got a good reputation, and speaking builds a good reputation for you, providing you do a good job of the speaking, of course, but I help you do that. So those two are impacted by your reputation, and closely associated when it comes to margin. Experts can charge more. Simple as that. Experts can charge more, and price increase is one of the best ways to increase your margin. I know that price increase can be an emotional thing for many business owners. They get a bit worried, they get a bit scared about it, but as you build your reputation as the expert in your niche, in your local area, you'll be able to move your prices up, and that will have an impact on your margins. Okay, so speaking as a marketing system, I don't want to go into much more detail today than three very important, or what I call three key presentations that you need to get right in order to use speaking and presenting to grow your business, and you can all do this. So they are a live lead generation presentation. So think about networking groups, business industry groups, those sorts of people who meet and gather on a weekly or monthly basis. Many of them have a guest speaker as a central part of their agenda, a 30-minute slot. That can be you, no doubt about it. Online evergreen appointment generating presentation. Content is similar to the first one. Process is different though because it's online, but that's designed for people to be able to book an appointment directly into your electronic diary for you to have a conversation with a prospect. I'll talk more about that a little bit later, but the good thing about this is that prospects are really well qualified. If people don't want to talk to you, they don't book a time in your diary. If someone books a time in your diary after seeing an online presentation from you, and I'll tell you what that online presentation should be about in a moment, but if they book a time in your diary, they want a solution, so they're a good prospect for you. The third one is the virtual conversion presentation. In today's world, we need to be embracing the phone, Zoom, Teams, to be having our sales conversations. So many people are working from home, and the statistics are saying that they're not going to come back to work. So decision makers are now working from home. They're not going to have you over to their place and to do a live presentation. So the world of work has shifted, and this is an important one to be able to embrace. Yeah, everybody's in the same boat. Most people prefer to be presenting in a sales capacity, to be presenting live. You can see more, you can pick up more. That's true. But let's face the reality of what's happened to the world. You're not going to be getting face-to-face with people as often as you used to in the past. So let's embrace virtual conversion presentations. And in actual fact, it's easier to lead a conversion presentation in a virtual format than what it is in the face-to-face format. Okay, let's press on. I'll deal with each of these in a little bit of detail, and I'm also going to show you how I can help you with each of these as well, so you get a sense of what you may be able to do and achieve with your business this year. So from a live lead generation presentation point of view, first thing is you don't have to be a professional speaker or a coach. It's true that professional speakers and coaches use this marketing method a lot, and they do so very successfully. And I've taught lots of those types of people right across the world how to use speaking and presenting for marketing purposes. But I've also taught many people who aren't speakers or coaches, pest people, pool people, bookkeepers, mining industry, cleaners, on it goes, to be able to craft a 30-minute presentation and deliver it live. I teach a 5-part presentation formula that's absolutely ideal for that live 30-minute spot at a networking function, and that's on the back of me having presented at networking functions to generate leads for my own businesses for many years, 20 odd years, and now having taken my formula and format and being able to successfully teach it to non-speaking businesses and have them generate leads as well. So generate leads, generate referrals and recommendations, and also generate more speaking opportunities. And you need a process to marketing your talk and getting booked. It's no point having a great talk if it's the best kept secret in town. We've got to get you out in front of people delivering that talk. Here's something that I did just to let you know how quickly you can get results with this, right? So in just 7 weeks, I was a local guest speaker 9 times. So live, local, around the Brisbane area. I started out with just 7 bookings, believe it or not. It was almost 1 a week, I think it was, 7 in 7 weeks. But early in that encounter, I got some recommendations to go and speak at other groups. And with 6 weeks lead time, I had a couple more on the last week of that 7 different groups that wanted me to come along and speak. So this yielded 59 leads, 22 referrals and 17 recommendations for more speaking engagements. The reality with the 17 recommendations is some of those, the same group was recommended 2 or 3 times. So that really came back to about 10. Yeah, that's still good though. That's still really good. 80 contacts added to my list. So when I'm talking about leads, I'm talking of 59 people put their full contact details down, wrote it down on a piece of paper and handed it to me. Yes, I want to talk to you. 22 other people put their full contact details down and said, I've got someone I want to introduce you to. Overall, 80 people put their contact details down and were added to my list. No problem at all. So it works. This works and works and works. All at zero cost. Isn't that interesting? All at zero cost. So when it comes to live presentations, I can help you with crafting a compelling presentation that you're proud of, mentoring and professional critiquing of your presentation so you get better and better and bring your own natural style to the fore. This professional speaking coaching or speaking coaching shouldn't be about trying to get you to be someone that you're not, because all that's going to do is consistently make you feel uncomfortable when you're at the front of the room. If you've got certain quirks and jerks and mannerisms and what have you that's naturally you, and you've got a bunch of clients already who like you for who you are, then why aren't we showcasing you? We're not going to showcase you trying to be someone you're not. So it's important that you understand that. Overcome your nerves and let the best you shine. You can get yourself to a point where you're in control of the nerves more than they are in control of you, and then that's the starting line for a whole new lot of success. There's a wonderful self-esteem and self-confidence and personal benefit that comes from being able to stand in front of a room and deliver a great presentation that people like. You'll feel so good about yourself. So there's a gentle system for securing leads, referrals and more speaking opportunities. None of this is about being pushy from the front of the room. Don't worry about that person that or looking like that person who starts with W, rhymes with ship's anchor. We don't want to have you do that, right? And a system, of course, for following up the leads, and systems for getting yourself booked as a speaker in the first place. I help you with all of those things, yeah? Suitable for non-coaches and speakers, as well as those who are in the coaching and speaking profession, of course. Online evergreen appointment generating presentation. This is a good one. So there's a few steps to it. We need a little welcome message that will be online. So normally you would direct traffic to a page that has a welcome message. Now, where does that traffic come from? Well, you'll have existing following on social media. You'll have an email list. No doubt your website is getting some traffic. If that's low, you may even choose to generate some more traffic via advertising to bring people to that welcome message. The welcome message is 2 to 3 minutes. It talks about the benefit of listening in on the online class. They need to opt in to get that, and the online class then at the end of that gives them the option to click a button to make a calendar booking to speak further with you. Right, so this is a qualification process. They're not going to book the calendar if they're a price shopper or a tire kicker. If they listen to your 20-minute class and they think, wow, this person has their head screwed on well, I can see that they can help me solve my problem, I want to talk to them, and all I've got to do is click this button and I can get a time to talk to them, I'm going to do that. And of course, the more traffic you bring to the front end of that funnel, the more and more this will work. And then of course, once the calendar booking is made, we return them to a thank you page, which simply gives them a reassurance of the process ahead and that you'll be in contact with them and blah, blah, blah. Reminds them to get the emails out of their spam folder and things like that happen. And then finally from there, we would involve them into what I call an email warming tray, which could be a series of nice little reputation building emails that come from you to them before and after you have that meeting. So there's a little 5-step funnel there, if you like. Now, I give you this when you work with me. So I work with you to help you craft the videos that are associated and the text and the headlines and the email copy. So we get all of that together to the point where you're happy with it. And then I bundle all that up into an online system that I've developed. That's you're the only one that'll have that unique link. And that will be that multiple step. You can send people to the welcome video. They can feel good about the welcome video and say, yes, I want to watch the class because I want to understand what the 20 minutes is about. You do a good job of the 20 minutes. The person says, yes, I've got these problems. I need them fixed. I want to speak to you. You're an expert. Book the calendar. Then they get a thank you, nice professional thank you message, and then some ongoing emails from you. So I set all that up. I've had my head in the technology for a long time. I wouldn't say I'm a computer nerd by any means, but with this particular stuff, getting messages out online and funnels and those sorts of things, I know enough to be dangerous. So I'll help you with that, so that you just have to focus on getting the message right and working with me and learning and being coached on how to get those messages right. You don't have to be distracted for what could be days on end trying to work out the damn tech, yeah? So I help you with the 3-step online presentation, mentoring and critiquing of both the design of your presentation and how you're delivering it, okay? The automated appointment system, your very own 5-step funnel, that's what I just explained to you on that previous slide. Okay, virtual conversion presentation. And so, as I said before, the work from home thing has really kicked in. A lot of the people you are talking with who are going to make decisions to buy will be doing so from the comfort of their own home. They're probably not going to have you over to the office like was happening only a couple of years ago. It is more uncomfortable to be doing conversion presentations over the phone or via Zoom or via Teams initially until you get used to it. But once you get used to it and you understand the process for it, you'll actually really enjoy it because it's far more efficient. You can do multiples of these in a given day, many more than what you could do if you did one. You had to drive to one, do the presentation, get in the car, drive to another. It's far more efficient. So let's have a look at this then. So conversion percentage increase packs a tremendous profit punch. Now I covered that in the very first few slides, didn't I, when we did that formula. So you want to be able to work on the conversion presentation and get a good process for that. So often business owners don't focus on their conversion presentation and they can end up with low conversion rates. So there's a process for it. And you want to have your preferred method, whether it's phone, Zoom or Teams. If you're not much of a techie person, let's just talk on the phone. We don't need to be doing Zoom or Teams or what have you. Or if you're in an area where your internet connection's a bit dodgy, just use the phone. This process is about more listening than it is presenting. It's a leadership process, but really the client reveals, or the prospect reveals to you, the real reasons why they will buy. They actually show you how to sell them if you get that bit right. So often when it comes to the conversion presentation, many people think, I've got to be presenting and telling. No, it's different to that. And it really is a process for leading the prospect. So we get out of telling and pitching mode and we get into leading mode. So if you have a monthly sales target of say $20,000, you've got a sale value of $2,000, you need 10 sales to make that happen. If you've got a conversion rate of 20%, you need 50 leads to make that happen. Where are you going to get 50 leads from in a given month? Let's look what happens when so you've got to not only generate those leads, you've got to speak to those leads. Let's see what happens when we improve conversion rate. So if it's 40% conversion rate, you only need 25 leads. 50% conversion rate, you only need 20 leads. 60, you only need 17. 74, you only need 14 leads. We need to be somewhere up in that area just so you can physically get the work done. So conversion rate improvement is very important, and that's going to come via your virtual conversion presentation. Excuse me. So in number 3, I help you with the virtual conversion presentation, the sales leadership process, how to secure paying clients. Now, a number of people have challenges when it comes to securing payment online when they're speaking to people, getting a decision made, and what we call closing out the sale. So I'll coach you through that and mentor you through that so you can do that. The advanced communication skills that you need to be able to make it happen. And if you need to, put something in writing. So some of you will have quite complex solutions, and not only is this conversion presentation important, but you'll probably then after that have to put down something in writing for the client. Stop quoting. Just stop it. Don't just make a decision in your head now. You're never going to do another quote in your life. Quotes just focus on price. It's as simple as that. Let's turn them into winning proposals. It could be as little as 2 or 3 pages. It might be more complex if you need to be. But I'll help you and mentor you through crafting a template for a winning proposal in your business if you need to go to that next step of putting something in writing. If you can convert on the virtual conversion presentation, let's convert then and there and make it happen. Yeah? No need to add another step unless it's absolutely necessary. So how can I help you with all of these things? So live lead generation presentation. I'll teach you my 5-step presentation formula, presentation coaching to help you be as best as you can, how to generate leads, and the marketing so you can get booked as a speaker at these local events. Online appointment generating presentation, the presentation structure and technique, and technology. Don't get too stressed about the technology. It's simple and it's cheap. Again, coaching on presenting online in a format like this. Your own online funnel that I showed you, that 5-step funnel that includes all the bits and pieces you need to facilitate that online appointment booking, and the marketing and copywriting that goes along with those online elements. Virtual conversion presentation, so the sales leadership process, how to secure paying clients, the advanced communication skills that go along with that, and if needed, a template for writing winning proposals and follow-up. So if you want to speak up so that you can stand out and you can make a positive difference in your business, and you want to be able to present and use that leveraged method of marketing, both live and online, to bring fresh new inquiries to you, and then also be able to convert those inquiries into paying customers using a virtual conversion presentation, then all you need to do is below this comment, speak up, and we'll work out how to get in contact and you and I can have a good conversation. Or you can copy that email there, james@jamesmcnamara.com.au, and send me an email and we'll organise to have a conversation just about what we can do with your business, how this speaking and presenting can help you grow, and if the fit is right, then let's talk about doing business together. Okay, james@jamesmcnamara.com.au, or comment speak up, and let's have a good conversation and see if we can help each other out. Okay, bye for now.